So when Canada faces the United States, there is one strategy that I want you to be fully aware of.
Here we go.
You ready? First off, the Americans are dynamite in the face-off dot, specifically Eichel Matthews. Monsters, right? They're terrorists with it.
McKinnon did figure it out as the game went on.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He's also not known as the best face-off guy in the world.
Wasn't it like they lost 10 of 15 face-offs?
It was
Team
bad.
Canada at one point. It was ugly.
You need Crosby. Crosby.
Yeah.
Here's what the Americans will do. Okay? Gain the offensive zone. So Canada's pinned. Throw it back to Quinn, because Quinn will be on the ice because he's on the ice half the game. And if he's not there, you know who is? Zach Werenski.
Yeah.
So either of those two guys, no forward can catch them. So you inevitably just kind of stand there, Martin Marincining, just sweeping with your stick going, I hope I interrupt a passing lane.
Yep.
And what those guys are going to do is they're going to move side to side, cycle back and forth. Sometimes it's Hughes and Werenski together. And all three American forwards will go to the net. And that's line one. That's what the Tkachuks and Eichel do. Line two, you'll see Boldy and Gensel go outside, and one will come high as sort of like a bumper, but without the physicality. And Matthews will sneak to the side of the net. And it's one of those find him across the net, EA Sports NHL 2012 goals, just slap it in. That is, they're going to have to defend both of those lines extremely different. And the Americans have feasted on that in the tournament. The only time that I've seen them do anything other than that is Brady Tkachuk's friggin' breakaway today. He had two of them and he scored on the second one. And Jack Hughes' shot. And I guess Quinn Hughes when he cycled back. But again, when in the Swedish overtime game, pull it back to Quinn. Quinn goes cycle, cycle, cycle. Guys go to the net and he shoots.
Is there a third line Jack Hughes, Dylan Larkin, Tage Thompson?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tage had a dynamite goal.
Tage leaving with an injury that
Yeah, it was.
They think he'll play.
He took a puck off the
Precautionary.
skates. It was precautionary. He was walking around basically without shoes on.
Yeah,
Or without
it was weird
skates on.
seeing him with his flip-flops and holding his stick. Just walking.
He didn't have to
back
bring the
there.
stick with him.
Yeah, I was like, why does he have the stick?
But
It's better.
and listen,
better.
Brock Nelson did have 2 goals in the first game. He is one of the NHL's hottest scorers before this. Like, this is a good friggin' team. Larkin didn't score in the round robin, has opened the scoring in the last 2 games.
I need a side quest for a sec.
Oh, go.
You never just sit in the living room with a hockey stick?
Oh, your side quest Tage.
No, you never just you never just have a hockey stick in your house?
Yes.
It feels good.
All over, yeah.
It feels good.
It does.
I'm just saying, you just got to make sure you don't hit the kids by accident, and it's fine. You just have a hockey stick. Usually the kids hit you.
You have it to deke them out, right? You have to embarrass them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Break ankles.
Well, make sure that you're the dominant force until you physically no longer can be.
Daddy's home.
But yeah, I mean, this is a fucking dangerous team.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think where Canada too needs to watch out. I don't know what your thoughts are on Connor Hellebuck's puck play, but one thing that I saw the Finns do against Canada that I think the Americans started to do against the Slovaks today is Halava is a very good passer and a very good stopper. He found a guy, I think it was Slavkovsky, from his end. Slavkovsky's on the American blue line, and he found him tape to tape. Binnington is a great puck handler as well, except for when he's not.
He makes me nervous. Yeah.
Hellebuck, I think the best strategy that Canada can employ to take the American motion out of the defense is ring it around the boards on the glass and forecheck. So if you're coming in on the right side, push hard on the left. Because what it's going to force the Americans to do is either let it ring around on the glass and then fall at your feet and your forward's on top of the defenseman, or the defenseman has to slam their body against the boards, stop the puck, and they have no momentum. Either way, you got to take the skating of Hughes and Werenski out of this.
Have the Americans given up many breakaways?
Not that I can really remember, no.
Because
there's been a couple, but because there is.
Yeah.
But no, it's not like an endemic problem.
They skate extremely well. It's just the way you describe the way the top line comes in. I'm like, if you can just hound your own blue line, like the high slot, cleverly, there's an opportunity for breakaways there.
Sure.
And that's
but
where
then you got to outrace Hughes and Werenski.
Exactly. This is where, so obviously Celebrini, McDavid, McKinnon, we know what they're all capable of. This is where a player like Nick Suzuki, a player like Mitch Marner, I think becomes really, really important. Horvat scored a breakaway goal for Canada.
Why do you say that?
They got speed and they have defensive instinct. Well, we know Suzuki can. Was it him who picked it off against Galchenyuk?
Yep.
Son of a gun. It's okay. I like you right
And
now.
he was 5 years younger then.
Yeah. And Marner, geez, we've seen him do it 100 times. Pick off a pass in the high slot and take it for a little walk. So if you can get you don't even need to succeed necessarily. If you can just get the States not feeling great about their plan, that's a good way to start the game.
Austin Matthews he didn't score today, but he had about 5 scoring opportunities.
He was all over it, and he just couldn't bury one.
Despite the American pressure.
We even got comments today from people going, like even on my video going, this guy sucks. Where is he? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he's still
I don't get it.
the team leader in goals and pretty great. He's a force out there. He's an absolute force. Those first 2 lines for the Americans are going to be John Cooper's entire night tonight.
Yeah, and the scariest thing is that even if he doesn't get his scoring going and he keeps getting robbed, they have so much depth that their scoring can come from other places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tage looks really good when he's out there, when he was out there in the semifinals game. And I already mentioned Jack Hughes. His shot looks back. He doesn't look hampered by any knife injury. And then that first line, like Eichel's gonna work through the neutral zone faster than anybody else in the game. And the Kachucks are going to bang home some goals. Even Brady had a breakaway today. 2 breakaways there for Brady. So, like, if Matthews isn't scoring, you don't need him to score.
Yeah.
There's so much scoring depth. It's scary.
It's
so fast.
And then the back end, like Quinn Hughes will score a goal whenever he wants.
I think the quicker this game is played, the more it benefits the Americans. The slower it's played, the more it benefits Canada.
How do you beat Hellebuck? Other than, hey, it's a big game and he might be shaky. Like, we got to do better than that. What are his weaknesses really?
Right.
When you have shook him, how does he get scored on?
Oh boy. I don't have the chart in front of me, but most goalies, you're better off beating them high. He is a goalie that his pads, I know they're obviously they're regulation, but like they look huge. Right? He looks big and blocky in his net. And when he's dialed, he's extremely difficult to beat low. I don't think you're getting anything cheeky past them. I think you just need a perfectly placed shot. Probably a pretty easy goalie to play in front of.
One thing I do want to say, too.
Take away his eyes also.
The only thing that Sweden was able to get past him was a bullet from Zabinajad.
A perfectly placed shot.
The other thing that I saw with the Americans is that there were rebounds. They're very good at clearing them, but he does give them up.
Sure.
So you gotta employ your own, like, guys who are like hammerhead sharks out there. Just bash, get to that net. If you can I can see Tom Wilson getting a couple of goals in this game.
Honestly,
I could see Sam
it's
Bennett
not crazy,
right?
You know what I mean? It's not crazy.
That's, I think, if you can get them on, if you can keep the shots low and get them kicking them out, that's where I think you're going to catch them.
Can I throw money down on the table right now? Brad Marchand will score.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Marchand Olympic. Now, why do you guys say that?
I think
Tell me.
the Marchand-Wilson line, where whoever they're playing with, if it's Bennett down the middle, if it's Bennett, Wilson, Marchand, that's going to be the most important line for this team because they're going to not make it easy on the Americans and trying to clear that front of the net, trying to work the puck up the ice. They're going to be the guys who are going to do all of the hard work to then allow Celebrini and McDavid and McKinnon to do their thing when they're on the ice. And they're going to muck it up. And if any goal is going to be scored on Hellebuck, it's going to be because Brad Marchand's out in front of the net. He's blocking things or he's getting a rebound. Same with Tom Wilson. And having those guys on that line, that's where I can see Canada really winning the battle.
I was trying to look it up, the Conn Smythe ballot. I know obviously Sam Bennett won. I think Marchand came very close because Sam Bennett was their playoff MVP. I thought Brad Marchand was probably Florida's Stanley Cup final MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He was friggin' incredible. That's why I picked him.
Well, it's going to be that. So that's the interesting part. For Canada, to get more lines going than just Celebrini McDavid. You talked about, Steve, you said you like the Suzuki, Stone, Marner line, but I think they play, obviously your speed on that line, but there is a defensive component to that line. How do you build, if that's Canada's second line, let's say they are, what do you build out on the second two lines, guys? Like, what do you do? Because I don't think Jarvis stays in the lineup.
I don't think he plays. I think Crosby's in.
Do you, and I have a question for you, that this is the additional question.
Yeah.
Do you employ the Swedish strategy of Crosby's hurt? Jesper Bratt was not hurt. Crosby's hurt. We need a push in the third period. Let's play him there.
In the middle?
I can see Crosby being your 13th forward.
And have him play 10 minutes, but have him play 10 minutes of the third.
You have your 4 lines. You have Crosby just sitting there. I don't you probably don't hold him back to the third because you don't want his legs to be kind of cold. Maybe get him in the game a little earlier.
Yes.
Play him sporadically.
Opening
but
face-off.
if he's
Defensive zone faceoffs you're not comfortable with?
if he's a 9-minute-a-game guy, but he's your 13th forward and you get him out there when you need to, or even less, like 6 minutes, who knows? But I can see them just having Crosby there as the unlock for in case of emergency kind of thing.
Ozone starts, power play, limit his time in the second period to avoid the long change, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I don't know what else you guys want to talk about with this preview other than...
Oh, I edged people for an hour and we're getting here and we're already wrapped on the preview. I'm sorry,
hit
people.
half of it. We got to hit half of it, didn't we?
Sorry.
Okay. All right.
I think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Canada.
The back end, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that, because I think the way it's kind of played out, just the offensive abilities that are coming from the Americans, I think are so much stronger. But I don't doubt that Sanheim and Parayko and Taves and Makar can shut things down. I don't think you're going to get the same offensive output because it's kind of like Makar back there and a bunch of guys who are going to play a great defense.
Harley's pretty mobile.
Oh, Harley.
Theodore was great.
Sorry for not mentioning Harley. He's been one of my favorite players for Canada this entire tournament.
Yep.
I thought he's excelled at his role. So if you're getting offense out of Harley and Makar, but it's not the same as what USA is getting out of Quinn Hughes and Werenski and Faber and McAvoy. Like, they really seem like threats from back there.
McAvoy's a tough customer.
Man, he threw some hits today.
He's a tough customer. So is Slavin. There are guys you can beat in board battles. And that's where I think the Wilson-Bennett-Marchand line, should they stay together, that's where I think they're going to be really important. Really, really important. Because, you know, I'm thinking about, like, who are the states going to target? I think they're going to just go apeshit on Celebrini. He's 19. That's the easy target on.
Yeah, you got to keep
right?
you got to keep the Kachucks away from him.
Yeah. But that's what they're going to try.
Yeah.
Right? You can beat the shit out of them too. A little dump and chase with Bennett, Marchand, Wilson coming
Make Quinn Hughes turn his back a little bit, and I mean they're gonna. Both sides are gonna do it.
Said
to each other.
the name. That's the name. What is that kid? 175 pounds.
If you can catch him.
If you can, that's the problem. But if you do, could be a long night.
Yeah. I mean that's. Oh man, that is oh.
I got 2 questions.
Go, Jess. Go.
If Canada loses, what went wrong? And then on the other side, if America loses, what went wrong?
Ooh. If Canada loses, I think we're having a somewhat similar conversation to the women, where we're talking about we don't play with enough speed. We didn't bring enough speed. And with the men, it'll be more we didn't bring enough skill. With the men, it's we had skill to bring and we left it at home.
Right?
It's going to be about if Canada wins, it's going to be we brought the exact right roster. And if
well, you can't argue with that.
We did.
If they win.
I went over it in was it on the stream or on the video today? That when Canada left Stamkos at home in 2010, I don't think people realize how objectively incorrect they were. Stamkos had 98 points and 51 goals that year, and they left him at home. What? What? Now, he was a sophomore. He didn't hit those numbers until the end of the season, obviously, but he was having an unbelievable season leading into those Olympics. Nike made a commercial for if Stamkos made the team. I saw it, never saw the light of day. Still the best commercial I've ever seen. Never seen the light of day. Holy shit. So good. No one talks about it. No one cares. It's a funny thing to bring up. Right? Now,
That's why I didn't ask if they win what went right, because then everything went right.
right.
Yeah, you won.
It's kind of answers itself.
Team USA loses. I think it's that conversation times a billion turbo speed.
Really?
Oh my God. They left Jason Robertson at home.
And in Montreal, it'll be haha, but we also Cole Caulfield.
Yeah, like Canada has like, oh, well, you should have brought this guy. Or you should have, I understand, but you should have. Jason Robertson is unjustifiable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Completely unjustifiable.
If they lose.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose.
If they lose.
If they
That's the scenario.
win, if they win, I don't know this man's name.
No.
It's
Who's Jason Roberts?
It's so funny too that you say that, because when I started streaming the USA games, the first period of the first game wasn't very good for the US. And everybody's like, oh, we fucking suck.
Yeah.
We're horrible. Now they're all like, we're the fucking greatest team that's ever skated.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've just, again, like I said, rolled over everybody, crushed them.
If they win, they're gonna be like, see, we didn't need Jacob
Yeah.
Robinson.
Jacob Robertson, Jeff Robertson.
You sound like Lane Hudson's dad.
I think
Quabertson.
I think for Canada, if I have a criticism,
Yeah.
and they've been great. If I have criticism, it's some of the defense they brought. Do you need Parayko and Sanheim and Drew Doughty now? Because
Doughty played under 9 minutes.
Doughty is a legend, and he's still very good NHL defender. But
I don't know if he's one of the top 7.
I don't know if Parayko is either. And I understand that they play roles. And you probably ask me, Adam, who would you bring instead? Well, maybe you bring one of them, or maybe you bring 2 of them. Parayko, Doughty, Sanheim. You pick whichever one you want. Yeah, whichever 2 you want. The guy I miss in this lineup is Morrissey, who's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
And I
is
think-
that's just bad luck.
That's
right?
bad luck. And you can't have an injury replacement. So I think that's kind of messed things up. But I still would have taken one of those guys out and put in, like, let's why do you not bring a Matt Schaefer? Why do you not bring a Matt Schaefer? I know he's a rookie.
Seeing what Celebrini is doing, he has been my favorite player at this tournament. I think he's been the best player at times for Team Canada, which is a crazy thing to say. I would have loved to see what Matthew Schaefer could have done here. It'd be an interesting idea to have him on this roster just for a, hey, here's a young guy who, like Celebrini, doesn't really seem afraid or understand what's on the line.
Yeah.
And he's playing so fearless. I wonder if Schaefer would have that same attitude.
It's just such a shame because it's like, all right, we're not going to bring him, and we're only going to regret it if Josh Morrissey gets shit.
Damn it!
It's on, yeah.
The other guy that's obvious, and everybody in Edmonton is yelling at their car right now if they're listening. Again, if we're looking for puck moving and we're looking for a veteran defenseman who's been to high leverage games with Matthew Schaefer has in junior, but not in the NHL. Evan Bouchard has played 13 Stanley Cup final games in the last 2 years.
He's a top 25 all-time Stanley Cup playoff scorer amongst defensemen.
And in the
Insane.
regular season, I will 100%. There's a reason Evan Bouchard Corner exists.
Yes.
But I watched the Oilers last year a lot.
If Doug Armstrong was his GM, I think he'd be here.
And I watched the Oilers a lot the previous year. Remember, because I did Vancouver and then I did Edmonton. And I did Edmonton last year.
Wow.
I am telling you, Evan Bouchard, when he tries on defense, can do it. And does it in high leverage games.
He really is the Orange Cassidy of friggin' NHLers. Orange Cassidy is, you wouldn't know this, but Justin Fisher knows this is a great reference.
Never heard of it.
He is a wrestler in AEW whose whole bit is he doesn't try.
That's a good bit.
But on pay-per-views, he
an
turns
animal.
it on and kicks your ass.
Okay, I like that. That's funny.
Like he has this bit where he puts on sunglasses and puts his hands in his pockets and wrestles with his hands in his pockets, doing like flips and shit.
So stupid. Yo,
But like, yeah, no, playoff Evan Bouchard is pay-per-view Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This is a really good reference for like 50 people.
Okay. But you know, you got those 50 people. And
I
that's
got
what's
him.
important.
Got him in my pocket.
They're going to friggin' comment on this video too.
Oh, yeah.
People love a niche reference.
They love it.
On this show.
Hell yeah.
So, and you know, I get people that are like, yeah, but he sucks on defense. I'm like, yeah, but in the playoffs, he doesn't. So yeah, like I had no issues with him being left off the team, admittedly. Having seen the team, and I had questions about Parayko already because things were not going well in St. Louis. And when the Leafs kicked their ass, I was like, wow, Parayko. But he has the history of being Colton Parayko. And so does Drew Doughty. And so I get why they made the decision, but if we're nitpicking and being a pain in the ass, that would be my thing.
Doughty's the easy pick.
Doughty's the one legacy pick that feels like old time 98 team, you know?
Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
Now, at forward, who would be
Drew Doughty has 14 points.
if you didn't bring Bennett and Jarvis, which felt to me like, because Bennett didn't really have a good start to the season until like really January. He wasn't great. Jarvis was left off the team as well. Then there's 2 injuries. Obviously, Cirelli and Braden Point, which you're missing those guys. Those are
Braden
great.
Point would be
Awesome.
really useful in this tournament.
Could have really used Cirelli winning some face-off.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
PK.
Sorelli too. Both of them. Like, they do miss those guys.
But if those guys can't come and you're going, well, because I feel like Bennett and Jarvis are great hockey players, but I think you can make the argument that they didn't need more of that.
I think Sam Bennett should be on this team.
But you think Sam Bennett should be on?
Yeah, I think I would have picked Sam Bennett.
So if it's not Seth Jarvis for you, do you go a Mark Scheifele? Do you go a Connor Bedard? If this is, again, if they lose. Because I think depth scoring has been, I mean, they keep loading up the top line.
Which is nuts.
If I was in charge of this roster, it would have been Zach Hyman ahead of Seth Jarvis.
I get that.
That's where I'm going.
And he's been one of the NHL's top scorers this year.
I look at these games and I say Zach Hyman mucking up a goal in front would have been really helpful.
Also the vibes. I love Zach Hyman.
Yeah,
he's just such a good guy.
He was leading. He had the most goals since like December 1st when we hit the break. Like Zach Hyman can score goals.
Insane.
His season's crazy.
Yeah, and if this team, they could use a couple extra goals. The history there in the Stanley Cup final and just the winning stuff, you bring it up for Evan Bouchard, he's on that team too. He has it as well. I think that'd be useful. Plus the chemistry with McDavid. Maybe you're able to spread out Celebrini in that case. Maybe you don't even discover the Mick line because Hyman's working so well. And all of a sudden, Celebrini opens up something else. And maybe he's playing with McKinnon on the second line.
Yeah.
And then the second line super effective. Like, I think Zach Hyman would have presented different options that Seth Jarvis doesn't bring. I'm not saying Seth Jarvis is a bad player, but
no,
I think Zach Hyman would have been really useful.
And he has also played in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. And like Sam Bennett, I think it should be on this team.
It's tricky because like I'm looking at the States and I'm like, if they lose, it'll be in part because they're the slower team. And I'm like, I don't know how Hyman fixes that. My answer might be Bedard.
You think Bedard? Yeah.
It might be Bedard. Just
gives you another option at center if you
providing something you lack. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
a high end shot.
I love Scheifele, and I think he's right. There's nothing more he could have done to get on this team. If Scheifele had ever played defense in his life, and I'm include playoffs on that, and I'm not trying to take pot shots at the guy. If you'd shown like JT Miller efforts in the playoffs, JT Miller can play defense in the playoffs. He's also killing penalties for the States right now.
JT Miller is one of the best penalty killers we have of like this era,
which is hilarious.
Because when you watch him on the ice, it looks like he wants to be somewhere else.
He's also surrounded by peers.
If Scheifele was 50%
in New York is because their owner's nuts.
Yeah.
Right? And the GM of the Wild's like, I was also a bit of a dick when I played.
If Scheifele
was
50% of that on defense, though, he'd be on the team.
Yeah.
And I love watching the guy play. He's a magician.
He's a
in the offensive zone.
Crazy offensive player. I don't know if he's versatile enough.
Right? Like, and that's a lot of these guys have. You're so elite at this level, and it's both teams.
Are you going to have him out there for the bang and crack?
Man, he scores 50 goals. Okay, but what else?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and it's not 50. If it's 50, you'd be there.
No, I know, but like Reinhardt, 40-goal guy.
Oh, yeah.
But also Reinhardt, even though he struggled, is also the runner-up to the Selke.
Yes, but he's been... So here's where he needs to make his money.
See,
He doesn't get paid to be at this tournament
I think you pushed a button.
Well, because he played under 7 minutes in this game,
for a reason.
and the highlight of his tournament so far is scoring a goal by accident. I think it was maybe a little by accident. Like, I had just ripped him on the stream, and I was like, why is this man on the top power play unit? I don't understand. And then obviously you scored on the top power play unit, and I'm like, But then I didn't catch it in real time. I was watching the highlights back, and Mike Johnson goes, I don't know if he meant to do that.
Yeah, the blind backside tip. Like, I don't think you're intentional there.
He held the stick firm, so like maybe he knew it was going to be there, but
It was pretty impressive if he meant it.
it was pretty impressive. And obviously he's got crazy scoring and two-way ability. This is a game where Canada is not necessarily going to be dictating the play, and they're going to have to shut an opponent down. And I'm looking around the room, and how about Sam? I think Sam's going to be pretty important. That's why, like,
He was amazing in the playoffs for them last year. Amazing.
he's been to 3 straight Stanley Cup final. Like, it sucks for Jarvis, but like, if you're going resume for resume heading into this game,
What are we talking about?
I do
Jarvis
like his
would-
speed, but like, it's got to be Reinhardt. Has to be. You need him desperately. That's why I'm looking at the not necessarily smaller. I'm looking at the speedier, more defensively minded forwards like a Suzuki, like a Marner, and like a Reinhardt.
You think Marner's going to be an X factor?
Yes.
He has to be, or they lose.
Yeah, he's yes. And yes,
I can
do
see him.
think
I can see him having a big game,
I can too.
Mitch
and
is
Steve's going to be really upset.
And it's going to be the
Mitch
fuck
is
off
an
Toronto
important
game.
player on every team he plays on.
Does that have to make the preview?
And the team goes as he does.
Oh yeah.
Of course he needs to be good. He's great.
Oh.
Yeah. Great players need to be great.
Then
Welcome to the gold medal game
Why
of the
didn't
friggin'
you
Olympics.
want him on Toronto?
I broke him. Oh my god, the computer has frozen. Steve literally.
There's a greasy nose print.
If Mitch Marner's good enough to be in this gold medal game for Team Canada, and you think he's going to have a really good game, why didn't you want him on the Leafs?
Jesse, great question. So there's a playlist on our YouTube channel. It's every podcast from the last 600 days.
Yeah.
Actually, it's every podcast for the last probably 7 years.
Yeah, no, more than 600 days. That's like 3 years or whatever.
Okay, so everything since like everything since like Game 3 against Boston in 2019, up until his last game as a Leaf, that stuff,
That's amazing.
all that stuff. His fit with the Leafs has nothing to do with his fit on Team Canada.
Fair.
I want him to play and win for Canada.
I hope people understand that.
I gotta be honest, Jesse, I don't care.
Oh, that's the right attitude.
The ones who get it,
But you can't say you don't care and then start a 10-minute rant about those people.
sure I can. That's my job.
That means you care.
No. The people who get it have been paying attention,
Yes. Yes.
and the people who weren't interested. And that's okay. We all got busy lives. It's if you're not interested, I'm not interested.
It's also just an easy way to troll you.
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
The people online who want to troll you.
Yep.
They go at you.
You know what?
Is this
As long as you click like and subscribe.
Is this the fuck Toronto gold medal game?
Yeah. Oh, I'll
You
lead the
got the
chant.
Chucks on one
I'll lead
side,
the
and then you
chant.
got Marner potentially being a hero on the other.
Fuck Toronto. Like I'll join the chant. What are we doing? Like I'll do whatever if you get a few beers with me after they win. Except it's at 8 a.m. I have a beer league game that night, 13 hours later.
Oh, okay. Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially. Most of the time it is. Hey, listen, if you like what SDPN has to offer, you should check out more of our videos and subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe, or Steve will find you.